Hi everybody, this is the Baseball Hype, the amazing, spectacular, terrific, the great one, the people's champion, your host. Hi, we are back here at the Baseball Hut 2. I hope you like this video and subscribe as we talk about really a lot of rumors now popping up. As you know, we got 3 weeks, a little less than 3 weeks away from the trading deadline. And there's no more exciting time other than, I guess, the winter meetings, but this is more exciting because you got a definitive date, which is August 1st at 6 p.m. I will be live on this channel on that day. You want to come by, should come on around, should be on this on YouTube around 4 o'clock. So we have a couple different teams. We got the Giants in this video. So let me read you from SI.com. New potential seller emerges for San Francisco Giants to target. John Mozeliak made it clear that the St. Louis Cardinals are going to be sellers at the MLB trade deadline, giving the San Francisco Giants some enticing targets. Now, we're going to get to this video. Now, please, of course, subscribe and like this video as we continue on our quest to get a second baseball channel monetized. We're almost there. The Giants are expected to be aggressive buyers at the 2023 MLB trade deadline. To do that, though, they will need sellers. The problem is that few teams around the league are clearly out of playoff contention. It seems that the St. Louis Cardinals, however, have embraced a selling strategy. Cardinals president of baseball operations, John Mozeliak, was on the latest episode of the Kilcoyne conversation and discussed the team's strategy heading into the deadline. Now, I read this the other day. I'm not going to read this again, but let's get down to some business here. Left-handed starting pitcher Jordan Montgomery will easily be the most sought-after rental on the Cardinals roster. Acquired in a trade with the Yankees last summer, Montgomery has a 3.23 ERA. Montgomery will turn 31 in December and will likely be one of the best available free agent starters this offseason. Jack Flaherty is another member of the Cardinals rotation slated to become a free agent following the season. However, the Burbank, California native has been less effective than Montgomery in recent seasons. Flaherty, who will turn 28 in October, has a 4.27 ERA of 89 strikeouts and 48 walks, 92 and 2/3 innings. Montgomery would immediately become the third best starting pitcher in the Giants rotation and would also give manager Gabe Kapler a left-handed option at the top of the rotation between Logan Webb, Alex Cobb, Anthony DeSclafani. Flaherty would still be an upgrade over the team's current back of rotation options like Ross Stripling, Alex Wood, Sean Manaea, Jacob Junis, and Keaton Winn, but may not be a significant enough improvement to push the San Francisco Giants to make a deal. The Cardinals also have a trio of relievers whose contracts are set to expire, but St. Louis' bullpen has been one of the worst in the league this season. Given the strength of the Giants' bullpen, it's hard to imagine them finding a role for any of those arms barring injuries. Now, that is an interesting thing. The Giants are back in it because of the fact they had a bad year last year, but they are in the hunt. They're in the hunt. Superstars Paul Goldschmidt and Nolan Arenado could obviously transform the pennant race this season if they get moved to a contender. Even younger, less impactful bats like Tommy Edman, Brendan Donovan, Paul DeJong, Nolan Gorman, and Lars Nootbaar could all address clear holes on the Giants roster. Now, the Dodgers have been scratching and clawing this whole season. They didn't make too many moves in the offseason because they're kind of preparing themselves to go after Shohei Ohtani in the offseason. But now the Dodgers are in firm position to take over and win the division in the National League West. I got a rumor for you. Dodgers connected to Lucas Giolito. It's no secret that the MLB trade deadline priority for the Los Angeles Dodgers figures to be pitching. Whether it's a starter, a reliever, or both, the Dodgers desperately need to combat a series of unfortunate injuries in addition to some underperformance if they are going to have any chance of catching the Diamondbacks in the National League West. The problem with that play, however, is that LA is going to have a hefty competition for starting pitchers. Not only is it the top need for a number of contenders throughout baseball, but the number of starting pitchers on the market is a bit thin. Having said that, The Dodgers might have a guy who fits exactly what they need, specifically a high-end rental who could stabilize the rotation, a player who they could bring back home to Los Angeles, Lucas Giolito. It's been one of the worst kept secrets in MLB that the White Sox are going to have a fire sale at the trade deadline, which was recently furthered once more by insider Jon Heyman for the New York Post. In that report, Heyman connected Giolito to his hometown Dodgers as a possible trade fit, also knowing the potential involvement of the Cincinnati Reds and the Texas Rangers. The hometown connection could be enticing, but even without it, the Dodgers should be interested in the veteran righty in the final year of club control with the White Sox. Giolito has been resurgent and dominant this season. With notable contenders vying for Giolito too, the Dodgers would likely have to pay a premium in a trade, even in a rental. For a club that feels like solidifying pitching can put them in true World Series contention, though, it could well be worth it. And finally in this video, we have a Braves rumor. That's the Atlanta Braves. One of my favorite teams, as you know. I like to goof on them as much as I can, and in particular their fans, specifically all the ones that are online. This is from Fansided. Braves trade for Red Sox pitcher Nick Pivetta makes perfect sense. Not just sense, perfect sense. If the Atlanta Braves like to make any kind of move at the MLB trade deadline, the likelihood is that it's going to be to help fortify the bullpen. You could make the case for trying to add another arm to the rotation given the myriad of injuries that the best in the National League have weathered through the first half of the season. But with Max Fried, Michael Soroka, and Kyle Wright on the mend, and either returning soon or already returning, that's less of a priority. There are a number of relief pitchers who could help the Braves in a big way, but one of the sneakier options could be looking to the Boston Red Sox. No, they wouldn't be looking to get Kenley Jansen back in Atlanta, but they could look to give Nick Pivetta a change of scenery. Pivetta began the season in the Red Sox rotation, but after struggles as a starter and with others returning from injuries, Pivetta was moved to the bullpen. Though he was less than thrilled with the move, he has been substantially better as a reliever this season. In 29 1/3 innings as a reliever this season, Pivetta has posted a 2.79 ERA for Boston, looking like a dominant hurler who may have stumbled into his best role as a multi-inning guy out of the bullpen. Often the Braves have turned to Michael Tonkin in that role, but their other options aren't readily apparent. And while Boston could be looking to buy at the trade deadline in their own right, the Red Sox could use more stability in the lineup. Means someone like a Vaughn Grissom or Travis d'Arnaud could fit the bill, though that might mean offering another player along with Pivetta, who is only under club control for one more year after this season. Even still, there are fits for both teams in the trade, so you have to wonder if the two front offices are already cooking something up. It would be interesting. If the Braves are moving Travis d'Arnaud, it's the same thing with a lot of other players, like with the Rays and the Guardians. If they're moving them, let the buyer beware. Let the buyer beware. I guess, or maybe it's the system that they have, that system that they have there in Atlanta, that makes these players all of a sudden be the best in the league. But we'll see. Anyway, let me know what you think about this video. And of course, please subscribe to Baseball Hut 2. We're getting awfully close to getting this channel monetized, and I can't thank you enough. And of course, please subscribe to the Baseball Hut 2. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.